Okay, I've been wanting to make this video for a while now. I wanted to just come on here and give little tips or advice or tricks for anyone who owns a home. Backstory, I'm a single female who purchased my home by myself going on 8 years ago. Yeah, I think that's about it. And I've learned some things along the journey. So I just thought I'd make a little video to spread the knowledge and spread the wealth. Also, another background, the home that I purchased my home as a conventional loan, not an FHA loan, not a VA loan, a conventional loan. So the things that I'm giving advice on or speaking on in my experience is with a conventional loan. So if you have a different loan than that, then your story may be different and you're going to have to do your own research in regards to that. But I just want to speak on my experience. So I did these decisions to me to make my life easier. And the first thing that I did, well, not the first thing, but one of the things that I've done is I have had my PMI removed off my mortgage. I don't know if you could do that if you have an FHA loan. I have a conventional loan, so that's why I was able to do that. So a PMI, which I'll put up on the screen, is a private mortgage insurance. And you have that on when you purchase a home and you put less than 20%, they put that on you. So private mortgage insurance, I guess their insurance in case I don't know. I guess you don't make a payment or something. I don't really know. Everything's a scam in my eyes. So that's how I saw it. But you can have that removed if you have at least 20% in equity in your home. So that is one thing I took off my mortgage. So that helped lower my mortgage a little bit from what I initially had it at. So I think once I hit the 20%, and I feel like I owned my home for like a year and a half or close to 2 years when I looked into that and got that off. Cause I purchased my house in 2018. Yeah, purchased my house in 2018. So, I got that removed, I think a year or two into living in my home. Got that off. Another thing that I recently actually did this year was have my escrow removed. So if anyone's unfamiliar with escrow is when your property taxes and mortgage insurance, they put that together and they include that in your mortgage. So I've seen a lot of people talk about that on TikTok saying that, oh, I thought your mortgage doesn't change. How can people if you have a fixed mortgage, it doesn't sound like it's fixed anymore. A few people are saying to go up and down, up and down. Listen, your mortgage is fixed. If you have a 30-year fixed mortgage, the principal and the interest that you agree to with the bank, that does not change. What does change or can change is the escrow, and that is your property taxes that's set by the whatever state you live in based on the area that you live in. That can vary, and it usually goes up every year. And your mortgage insurance, that's also something that can go up. And now, the more, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but let me just stick to what the escrow is. So I decide to remove my escrow because camera. I decided to remove my escrow because last year is when I had the biggest jump in my mortgage. And I think it was like $200-300 it went up because I had what they consider a shortage, because when your mortgage company pays your property taxes for you and they estimate what they think it's going to be. And if it's less than what they thought, they need to recoup that money. I'm going to just put something on the screen. I'm not going to explain a lot of things that maybe I'm not explaining it correctly, but basically that's kind of how you got screwed a little bit. So that's the property taxes that can go up, or they can, miscalculate what they think is going to, because they're just guessing. And then you have your mortgage insurance, which, no, sorry, not mortgage insurance, homeowner's insurance. Sorry, mortgage insurance, that was with PMI. Homeowner's insurance, which we all have to freaking have. And if you live in Florida, you know how we were in the trenches when it came to that. The rates were astronomical. So that is one thing that really, really pissed me off when my mortgage went up to like almost $2,000 a month. And again, I bought my home in 2018. Rates were better, homes are cheaper. So you told me you got to like 2,000. That's nothing. It's something to me. It's something to me. And then what I signed up for when I got my house. So I decided to remove my escrow. And for that to happen, again, I have a conventional loan. Keep that in mind. So if you have an FHA or something else, do your own research on that. I got mine's removed. Now, I don't recommend everyone removing it if you're not good at saving. And so again, I've been in my house for 8 years. This is the first year I've done that. I've taken it out this year because I could not trust myself because even if when you remove it from your escrow, that means your mortgage company is no longer paying it for you. You are now responsible for paying it. But that means you got to pay it. You got to have the money when the time comes. And I just did not trust myself to make sure that I was going to put that money aside away every month. Like I finally got to the point where I can do that now. So yes, so I'm paying my mortgage as if I'm paying the mortgage and the escrow every month like I was used to. And I just take a portion of that and have that automatically put in a high yield savings account. And we're going to get back to that. I put in a high yield savings account. And so I'm still living as if I'm still paying my mortgage as if I have that additional $400 a month to pay when I had it with the escrow, even though I don't anymore. But I just include that because I'm just like, I need to be able to put that money away on the side. The reason why I did it was because I was tired of my mortgage fluctuating a little bit. Not every year it was that much, but last year was last year was the most. And I was like, no, I'm tired of you guys. You're actually pissing me off. So that's why I took it. I wanted a steady, guaranteed amount for my mortgage. And also, like I said, I opened a high yield savings account, even though the interest rates are not that great like they used to be. I went ahead and opened up a high yield savings account so I could put the money in a high yield and earn interest off of it. Because before it was just sitting there, the bank was holding it for me and I wasn't earning any interest on it. So I'm like, no, that's dumb. Let me actually open up a high yield savings account so I'm earning interest on the money that I'm putting away. So come from time for me to pay for my taxes and my mortgage insurance, my homeowner's insurance, I will pay it myself directly and I can earn some money on top of that. So that is one thing that I did for myself. And I actually love that for me. Don't need the bank holding that money for me again. Make sure you are responsible because you don't want to be in a situation where you've removed the escrow. Yay, my mortgage is 4, 3, 6, whatever, however many $100 less. And you forget to allocate that money because those property taxes and that mortgage insurance is still going to be due. So my advice to anyone who wants to take these steps is to open up a high yield savings account, continue paying the amount that you were used to paying, and just put a portion of that in a high yield savings account so you can get interest on it. And come time for us, I don't know how it is in other states, but come time for November, I already have the money to pay my property taxes. And then come February, whatever, I'll have the money for my homeowner association and my homeowner's insurance. So that is one tip for me that I've done to make my life easier as a homeowner. And the second thing I took on recently, which is new for me as well, is I purchased a home warranty policy for my home. I really wasn't that knowledgeable about it, honestly. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's a home warranties, they can be a scam, this and the third. Listen, let's back it up. I said I was a single female who purchased a home. So, and I purchased my home brand new. It was a brand new build when I bought it. So, a lot of things were covered in the beginning. And as of right now, knock on wood, if that's even real, nothing has broken down major in my home. But in the event that it does, this is a single income household. And even though your girl's doing pretty good for herself, I don't want to have like a lot of big financial emergencies or burdens that I would have to be lumped with. So I have purchased a home warranty for my home, and I will put the name of the company that I went with here or here, whichever one has the better headspace. And just to give that's the company that I went with. Of course, always do your own research. But I like the fact that it was going to cover my AC, my refrigerator, my water heater, washer, dryer, dishwasher, garbage disposal, and I just have to pay a service fee for them to come out. Now, there is a monthly fee associated with it. I did get a really good discount. I forgot what holiday it was, but I got a really good discount. So I'm paying like, I think $20 a month for my home warranty, and my service fee is $150. So for the AC unit, and I know the AC unit, it covers up to like $5,000 for replacement. Now we know no AC costs no $5,000, but knowing that I can have that type of discount on a $10,000 unit, that is a lot of savings for me. So I definitely recommend it. My stepdad had one for his home, and when his AC went out, he just called his home warranty company, he paid his little service fee, and they came on and had someone fix the AC. That would have cost him, a lot more money, but because he had his homeowner's warranty, that worked in his favor. And after that, I was like, you know what? Actually, yeah, that is something that I definitely want to do for my home. And so, knock on wood, haven't had to use it yet, but it just gives me like a little bit of extra security knowing that I won't have to go into my savings account like initially and come out the pocket for a large sum of money. So, yeah, I think that's about it. I talked about the PMI, I talked about the escrow and the home warranty. These are little tips and tricks that I've learned as a homeowner. I'm sure there's other people or you guys have some recommendations that you can give to me as a homeowner who's been a homeowner for 8 years that you would recommend. I haven't had any crazy things that I had to deal with, but those are little stuff that I thought would be helpful for somebody to know, because something I had to learn along the process. What I think it would have been helpful if I knew some of this stuff sooner. Maybe I would have pulled out my escrow sooner, or maybe I would have done the PMI sooner, but what have you. But I just wanted to just share what I have learned as a homeowner for the past 8 years. So any tips or anything that you guys have learned, please feel free to educate me, because unfortunately, they didn't teach us this stuff in school. We had to learn through the school of hard knocks, unfortunately. But yeah, so just wanted to share that. So hopefully anyone or you have found this information very helpful. Have a good one.